underground stream, and then the underground waterfall right up next. Now that underground stream is going to be about 6 to 8 feet deep. That's just depending on how much rain we have gotten here in the last couple of days. Now, after all that water did eventually dry up, it did also cause all this limestone arms to dry up as well. And then that's what caused all these vertical cracks there in the ceilings that are called joints. Now, over the last millions and millions of years, or any other surface in the cave, the water will then deposit that calcite, and that is what causes the flowstone to grow very, very slowly over time. And now if you guys look right over here to your right-hand side, kind of on your head right up there.
Oh, hi.
You see, these are the first type of stalactites that are in the cave today. Those are all called ribbon stalactites. Now, all these ribbon stalactites here would have been formed the same way as all this flowstone was formed. If you guys remember kind of with that water and the calcite. But that water that was carrying that calcite would have came from anywhere up here. And as we were going down that rock side, that water would have deposited that calcite as it was going down up there. So it kind of gives it more of that lime or that ribbon shape again. The first fossil of the day. Now that right there is called a gastropod. Now that gastropod up there is also about 450 million years old. This would appear to be a lot like the modern day snake. Also right here in this spot, if you guys look at all this limestone that's all around you, especially up in the ceiling right up here, you actually see we have now officially entered the second layer of that limestone now. This is all called the Stewartville layer. Now, as you can kind of see looking at the ceiling up here, this layer can be identified by all these little holes and path marks that are in the ceiling. Now those holes and path marks are actually Yeah, so as some of you may have guessed, this right here is our king's wedding chapel. Wow. Now, surprisingly enough, we have actually had over 400 weddings here at Niagara Cave since 1934. And if you guys do look up right into the ceiling right above you here, you see these are the second type of stalactites that we have in the cave today. Those ones up there are all called drapery stalactites. Now, all these drapery stalactites here would have been formed almost the exact same way. If you guys remember those ribbon stalactites were back there in that last one. And now one last thing that I'll show you in this room, we actually right under this rock over here. You see we don't have to go too far to see the third type of stalactites that are in the cave. These are a bunch of little soda straw stalactites. Now all these little soda straw stalactites are actually the only formations in the cave that we know exactly how old they are. Do you guys want to try and take a guess at how old they are?
8 million.
A little bit younger than that. These ones here are only about 90 years old.
Wow.
Now the only reason we know that is actually because 90 years ago, all this under here used to be filled up by mud. And after people came down here and they dug out all that mud, this wood has started to grow on the ceiling here ever since. So hopefully that right there kind of gives you guys an idea of the pace that some of these ones grow at down here. That is called a cephalopod. Now that cephalopod right there is also about 450 million years old. So this could be a lot more kind of like the modern day squid or the modern day octopus. Now right here we are only looking at about the middle section of that cephalopod. So it actually used to have a shell, which would be anywhere over here to this left hand. Now right here we are only looking at about the middle section of that cephalopod. So it actually used to have a shell, which would be anywhere over here to this left-hand side, and all its tentacles would be anywhere over here to this right-hand side as well. Yeah, I walk behind the kids the whole time. Yeah. Just so I can have to see a little bit better there.
Okay, I'm having fun.
And actually, right down here at the bottom, pretty ironically, you can see these are some of the smallest and the youngest stalagmites that we have here in the cave. Now, does anybody here know the difference between a stalactite and a stalagmite?
One comes from the ceiling, the other comes from the
Yep, exactly. So all these stalactites up here will all grow from the top down, and these stalagmites will all grow from that ground up. Now, actually, if a stalactite and a stalagmite both end up growing long enough and then meeting in the middle, it would then form something that is called a column. We actually do have one column in the cave today, but that's me at the very, very end of the cave. So I'll show you guys now how we're going to get down.
Right.
Alright, so right here in this group, you guys actually do look right back behind you, kind of this wall right there. You guys kind of see this little faint line that I have my flashlight pointing at right there?
Yep.
So that line is actually the flood line from the 2008 flood that happened in this part of Minnesota.
Oh, wow.
Now all that water took about 3 days to go to that point right there. But it did actually take less than 24 hours for all that water to drain out at the very, very end of the cave. Alright, and down here, this next part is our cave tour. It's going to be a little more narrow down there, so I do suggest all of you guys do go single file. Also, right down here, there is a pretty low-hanging rocks down there, so make sure you guys do watch out for that one as you're going down as well. Do you guys have any questions before we keep on going down?
Let me go between them.
Yeah.
Right.
Alright, so right here in this group, you guys actually do look right back behind you, kind of this wall right there. You guys kind of see this little faint line that I have my flashlight pointing at right there?
Yep.
So that line is actually the flood line from the 2008 flood that happened in this part of Minnesota.
Oh, wow.
Now all that water took about 3 days to go to that point right there. But it did actually take less than 24 hours for all that water to drain out at the very, very end of the cave. Alright, and down here, this next part is our cave tour. It's going to be a little more narrow down there, so I do suggest all of you guys do go single file. Also, right down here, there is a pretty low-hanging rocks down there, so just make sure you guys do watch out for that one as you're going down as well. Do you guys have any questions before we keep on going down?
Let me go between them. Move it.
Not too bad.
Yeah. you go. Did you see that one?
Mm-hmm. I think that's it.
There you go. Did you see that one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, it looks like one huge one that just made its way. And it got cut. This looks like one. Like it was.
Yeah, it was in there.
There's more here. Let me see. Oh, I'm just gonna.
We'll pass it down.
Oh, that's his. Oh, look at burrow hole. That's dope. Oh, here's some. They're all in here. Oh, much better. There's tons of them here. That's so cool. Like a one. Yes. Bigger than my little earthworm, that's for sure.
I would not survive it. I would be like,
Earth, take me. Earth, take me. Oh, it's down here too.
oh yeah.
That's so cool. Oh, I love these
Alright,
sea
so
spots.
coming out of the cave right now. So this little opening up here, you can kind of stick them in these side threads you guys can't over here. So you can kind of let this group pass down the way that go.
Oh. Here, move it to
So
the.
you guys can get rid of this little side. If you do anything like that, we'll work out. Wall. Now that white rock is actually called chert. Now the reason why all this chert is here is because when water was first coming through. Now we call it that because every single type of stalactite that is in the cave is going to be in this room right here. Now there are actually two new stalactites that we haven't seen yet up to this point. These first ones are right back here. These are what we call carrot stalactites. And the other ones are called shark tooth stalactites. These ones are all up here in the ceilings. And there is also one more layer one that is right back here behind me. And if you guys look all around you here, you see we have officially entered that third layer of limestone now in the cave. This is what we like to call the crosser layer. Now this layer is the oldest one layer that we have.
Oh, it's a cave.